What is up, everybody? I Can't See More back with another video, and as you can see, we are doing the Xfinity Series at Michigan. So this is going to be pretty fun. That's not us. Looks like us, but this is actually a replay from back in the day because unfortunately I didn't get the shot I wanted after the race. I accidentally closed out way too soon. But anyway, nonetheless, we did pretty dang good, and I'm really excited. So I want you to join me, jump in the car with me, and we'll enjoy a pretty fun 32-lap race, be fixed, at Michigan. Waiting to get the call to go, and it looks like that is happened. We're just going to wait for the car to our right.
Follow car number 15 in the inside column.
Starting in pit road. All lined up all nice and pretty. You look through that car's window net, you'll see those guys in front starting to pull away. It's time to get lined up on the racetrack. And here we go. Pit speed limit is 55 for today's race, but of course, when we're lining
We
up,
need to catch car number 15.
we can go as fast as we want. So, just gonna run over here and get up to car 15. Today's race will be 32 laps in length, and this is a fixed setup race. So the only thing we can change is our steering ratio. Nothing else. No tire pressures, no suspension changes.
Catch up to car number 15.
Nothing like that. So we are in the Xfinity cars, as noted by the Xfinity Series logo on the screen, and we are at Michigan, like I said before, also as noted on the screen. And you can follow our Patreon right now as noted on the screen right above me, and the YouTube channel and
Clint.
Facebook.
Nice and neat. Stay out of trouble.
Shifting to second to get a good launch
Go,
here.
go, go.
Not too concerned with trying to win the race, in all honesty.
You got a car on your outside.
Our ratings are in the tank.
Hold your line. Hold your line.
Our measure of skill and how well we are able to finish is our iRating. That is at an all-time low. We're in a session with the worst of the worst.
Still there.
So, in this session
Still there.
of 22 cars,
Still there.
we are number 22. Honestly, there was maybe 3 people that joined the session that are not in the race right now, so
Restart, mate. Keep it coming. Car low.
we're actually not the worst iRating in the session or in the race, but
You are clear low.
we are pretty dang close.
18.
Second to last. We've made it up to P18
inside.
though, and that car
Clear on
that
the
I
inside.
just barely
Car
saw in the
inside.
corner of my mirror zipped on down
Still there.
in the corner. I'm
Clear low.
surprised he's stuck.
You got a car on the high side. Outside's clear.
And they're
Full
already
course
wrecking.
caution. Watch out.
We're under caution. It's time to line up behind the 14 car single file.
Pace car is out. Line up single file behind car number 13. We're under caution. Pits are closed.
Alright, so what do we have here? Our iRatings in the tank, and our safety rating, which is the measure of how many times we crash, basically, how many incidents we rack up in a race. I believe 16 or 18 disqualifies you from the race session. I don't remember the exact count for this session, but if we can make it through this entire race with no incidents, we will get closer to getting our Class A license, because that is how you get to higher series in this game. A license for the oval class. There are 4 classes here: oval, road, dirt oval, and dirt road. This is regular oval or paved oval. That's the one we normally focus on. Don't do a whole lot of road racing. Don't do a lot of dirt oval racing. But we do tend to do a little bit of dirt road racing. We just don't do any of the races that would improve our license any higher than it already is, which is a D, I believe. We have 2 pace laps until we go green again in our 32-lap run, and we do not need to pit. We have no damage. We really haven't put any laps on these tires. We've just completed our 3rd lap.
It's closed.
So the only reason we would go down pit road right now is just to stay in the back of the pack, which I don't think we're going to do this time. I think out of all the major NASCAR series, the Xfinity series is my least favorite. These cars tend to not have a whole lot of downforce, which means they don't have a lot of grip on the car. There's not much mechanical grip on the car. The air's not pushing you down, sucking you down into the track. And that's not good if you want to take a turn real fast. And before you can tell me, well, you can take these turns really fast, CJ, this is a banked track. You can't go full throttle on this track. I think this is either a half-mile or a 2-mile track.
We're under caution. It's closed.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a 1.5 mile track. I don't remember. Didn't pay a whole lot of attention when we began the race, but I'm gonna say it's 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles. But
okay, Clint, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Corners are not banked enough for us to be able to go full throttle. If these cars had more downforce, we could probably manage that, but that is not happening today. So yeah, this is my least favorite series to run, but we're going to run it because we typically don't. And this was the earliest one that was available, so I didn't have to wait around a whole lot to jump in this one. Car number 22, I don't know if I mentioned that. So you don't get to choose your number in these ranked sessions. You only really get to choose your number in unranked sessions, but they base your number off of your iRating and where you rank in that particular session. So, yeah, like I said before, we are number 22 out of, I think it was actually 25. Just a few people didn't actually end up in the race session. They might have logged out before it started, so it does happen. I've done it plenty of times, and that tanks your iRating bad, and that's honestly what happened to us. We did have an iRating of about 1,200. That might not mean a whole lot to any of my viewers, but to give perspective, our iRating is now maybe 600. Start in 3rd gear to get a nice smooth start, not have to worry about spinning the tires when we floor it. We're just going to take it nice and easy, not going to try and overdo it. This is not a real difficult track to run, but it is not the easiest track to run. It is not Daytona or Talladega. So we're going to have to take it easy and try our best to take care of our equipment so we can outlast everyone those 2 cars have touched.
Car inside. Your inside's clear. You got a car on the low side.
It didn't look like the 19 came back up track, which is good.
16th place.
I was a little nervous that he might try and get revenge because we're not racing with the people that are particularly good. They could be safe.
That's close. 40.5.
They at least have to be fairly safe, but these guys don't tend to win a lot. That's how you get your iRating up. You finish well, finish in a high spot, or win. If you tend to win a lot, your iRating is probably pretty high.
New fastest lap for upwards, 39.6.
We definitely don't win a lot, but we're not terrible. But we definitely aren't good here. If you can hear that sound of tires scrubbing the pavement, that means we are sliding. That's not what we want to do. We'll try and keep that noise as quiet as possible. I'm hearing it a good little bit in the turns.
Next car is Mansfield.
7 is the next car up. I think we can pass him. As long as we do not wreck. We stay out of all the wrecks. We don't hit anything.
Still there.
We should be good to finish well. It's really all you have to do, especially in sessions like these where people wreck a lot. You just have to stay out of all that, and you will finish well. Trying to keep the car from sliding in turns 3 and 4 as we come across the stripe to complete 9 laps. That is 9 laps down. P15, so we are making some moves. We started P21 or 22. I think there was a total of 22 cars in the session, so we pretty much started last, and we're already up to 15th. We have plenty of time. We are but a third of the way through. Kind of looks like the 21's getting a little loose. Honestly, it felt like we were too. Back end is coming around. 10 laps down. So we're about a third of the way through here at Michigan. And we are keeping it clean so far. That's the name of the game right now. Just trying to keep it clean, trying to get our safety rating up. Also trying to get our iRating up, and that is a very dangerous game to play if you're trying to go for both. Racing hard and trying to make your way up through the pack is difficult, and it puts you at risk for incident points. Getting in wrecks, hitting the wall, hitting other cars, getting caught up in pile-up wrecks. If you hang back, play it safe, don't care about your iRating, you can generally avoid all of those big wrecks. Finish with 0 incident points just about every time, but I am trying to race. I'm trying to get a good finish. I want a little bit of both. I don't want to finish in the top 5, though it would be great, but this is not the track that we're going to be able to do that well at. Daytona or Talladega, that's our jam. We're very good at restrictor plate tracks, big super speedways like that where you pedal down all the time. Those are easy. Then the game you have to play is staying out of all the wrecks, and that's very difficult to do there, but we can do it. And if you watch my last video, one of them, that was a race at Daytona. Granted, it was bumpy, but we did win. And we only won because we were able to keep our noses clean after the start of the race. It's actually a miracle that we won, and we wouldn't have done it if it weren't for the leader disconnecting in the middle of the race. So the 9 in front of us here got pretty close to the wall. Running a custom paint scheme on iRating paints. That's also what we use to get our lovely I Can't See More paint scheme on the car. Otherwise, I'd have to use the generic sponsors in the game. All those sponsors in the game are real, but I want to promote the channel a little bit. And that's going to lead me into talking about the Patreon page a little bit that we've recently launched. You can be on this car for just $3 a month. Oh, there is a crash about to happen in front of us. One of those cars is blinking, the 21 it looks like. He's got a bad connection. If you see a car blinking on the track, they have a bad connection. But if you see all the cars blinking on the track, then you have a bad connection. We're going to get around that guy. We might even get past the 9. Being we're all the way down on the inside of this track. On the bottom, we're going to have to slow down a lot. Tap the brakes. Gentle on the throttle. Time to throttle up right here. And we're still next to the 9. Nope, he's cleared us. He's in front of us now. If you see in the mirror, that 21 is moving around quite a bit. Get down below the 9, get a good run off the corner, and we're closer to him. Ooh, and we were focusing a little too hard on the 9, almost ended up in the wall.
Half distance. You're looking good for fuel.
Might not have given us incident points, but certainly wouldn't have done us any good. Crew chief let us know we have plenty of fuel to finish the race. I had no doubts. Car goes off way below the white line and zooms back up track. He didn't seem to hit anyone, so that's good. That is the 23. We need to take extra caution when going around him, and it looks like we might be doing that really soon. So we're going to go ahead and focus on that.
That lap time was 41.4.
Talk about Patreon later. That is not important. What is important is getting this car to the end of this race without incident. Got a little bit of racing going on in front of us with the 9, trying to get around the 23, and we're going to try and get around the 10.
The gap to Jorgensen behind is increasing. It's now 0.8.
Honestly, I think the 23 is helping us, going a little slow, slowing everybody down. Oh, I thought the 10 was closer to us than he actually was. So the 9 is working on it, gets by the 23 cleanly. The 10 is coming up and about spins the 23. I don't know if that was the 10's fault or the 23's fault, but all we're worried about is getting by him, and we were able to. Now we just got to stay in front of him. We've got to run on the 10. We're going to try and pass him on the inside here. We've got some speed. Got to let a lot of that. Oh, the 23 just cleaned the 10's clock, put him in the wall. Saw that in the mirror. No caution. There is no caution. Still watching my mirror back there, trying to see what's going on. Looks like the 10 might have dipped down into the apron. Our radio is muted.
V13.
Normally we'd be able to hear the other drivers talking and raging at everyone else, but we are unable to hear that right now as we have them muted for good reason, because you know that guy is furious. We've made a couple spots here. Working on trying to get into the top 10. We are not far off. We are 12th. Looking for 11th, and the 5 is very slow through the corner. He checked up a little bit on us there. We had to hit the brakes.
Hold that line.
We're working on passing him right now. And we're around. Looks like he's slowed up for some reason. Maybe he realizes he's getting really loose. Looks like he might be going in the wall if you watch the mirror, and if you watch straight out of my windshield, we almost got in the wall. Have a slow 18 car in front of us, but that had nothing to do with our horrible driving. That was all our fault. Getting this turn about middle track. I'm going to try and take it easy. We got to slow it down a little bit going through the corner that high.
Carlo.
And we have a run on the 18. We're going to take, is that P10 or 11 from him?
P11.
Still there.
Well, I don't know exactly what position we're taking.
Both sides clear.
looks like we've taken 11th. So we are one step closer to being in the top 10. One more car to pass. Starting to get a little more exciting here. We got 10 laps to go at the stripe. So once we cross the line, we have 10 more laps. It has been eventful nonetheless. We are starting to pass people, and I believe that is because we are taking better care of our tires. We have not hit anything, and honestly, it doesn't look like many people we've passed have hit anything.
The gap's now 0.2.
We're just running a lot faster than them, and that has a lot to do with grip from your tires. The more you hear that tire scrubbing sound, the worse our tires are getting. And I don't know if we can pull up the condition of our tires right now. If you look at the window in the bottom right corner, you see they're all at 100% at a nice, cool 103 degrees Fahrenheit. That is wrong. I can go ahead and tell you that right now. And I believe you won't be able to tell the condition of your tires until you pull into the pits and get them changed.
You've just done it, 41.6.
It honestly might have done us some good to go to pits. That one opportunity we've had so far, but I guarantee you we'll have another opportunity to go, and we will have to take it, because I'm sure everyone else would be going, and you would be silly not to go to pits and get fresh tires right now. If a caution were to come out, by the way, you don't want to go to pits under a green flag run. You will be sorry. Unless, of course, a caution comes out right after you go for the end of the race. Then you'll have fresh tires, and everyone else won't. So they'll have to go get them. You will be sitting in the lead because you took a gamble and it paid off. We're not going to be taking that gamble. We are going to be hitting the brakes ever so slightly, lifting off the throttle super late into the turn because we almost hit the wall. Our tires are definitely starting to fall off too, just like everyone else's, but we have definitely taken better care of ours than most people. We'll try and see if we can. We are in 10th place, so we are a top 10. Our iRating is going to improve, and so will our safety rating. This is actually fantastic.
Okay, Clint, the next car is Shipley.
So the 19 car was the best qualifier, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of surprised he's all the way back in 9th. He must have really burned up his tires if he's all the way back here with me. Remember, we started in the back, and it kind of looks like he's getting sideways right there. Hard to tell. Maybe not. But we're definitely going to run him down. Trying to run the 3 down. '19's got some damage on his right side. It looks like he scrubbed the wall, and of course we've seen that car before. We saw him earlier.
There's a car outside.
I want to say we passed him earlier, so I don't know how he made it up here.
Car high. Your outside is clear. Car high.
We're getting a little too low on the track there, crossing that yellow line. Don't want to get down there below that yellow line. We will surely spin out.
Hold your line.
Spotter giving us instruction there, telling us the 19 is right next to us. We need to hold our line. He said we are clear. We are no longer clear. That 19 must still be ahead of us by a little bit. The relative board should tell you. It'll definitely tell you if we have a nose on him or not, if we've gotten an inch in front of him. But I can't be looking at that. I have to make sure I don't hit him. I think we've gotten a better run through the corner than he did right there. Yeah, we are catching him. Running him down. 28 complete at the line. And we are on the brakes going into turn 1 and 2 so as to not slide up and hit this guy. Want to race him clean with respect. There's a guy really low on the backstretch there. He must have had a problem. But he saved the car, no caution. Getting ever so close to the end of the race with no caution yet. I will be pretty amazed if we don't have one. Ooh. My wheel got a little free in my hand. Almost caught that guy. I don't know if that was a aerodynamic thing or what that was, but looks like we might have a better run through this corner than him. Maybe not. We are catching him again. We're going to have to pass him low if we're going to get around him. We had better luck doing that earlier. Force him high. Seems like that is the move here. And we are pulling up next to him. Might get past the 11 also if we're lucky.
Still there.
Yeah, we're definitely ahead of the 19 now. But we got to get on the brakes. We got to slow down.
Clear on the outside.
Sliding up a little bit. Can we power through the corner? Yep, sliding the whole way. Pin him behind the 11. We're going to pass them both now.
Hold your line.
11's right next to us.
Still there.
Gotta get on them brakes.
Hold your line.
Get low.
Clear up high.
Clear the 11. We might be able to pass the 1 for 7th place. White flag, 1 to go. This has turned out to be a lot better than I expected.
P8, white flag, last lap.
Maybe we can make a last lap pass on somebody. There will be no caution at the end of this race. Once the white flag comes out, there are no cautions. The 9 is going to be the slow one. We're going to get around the 9. Hopefully he doesn't wreck us.
Clear low.
Running down the 1, we're going to dive low. We have the preferred line through the corner. We've passed 2 cars. We are P6, and that's where we're going to finish the race, right outside the top 5. I really can't believe that. I did not think we'd do that good.
P6. Okay, that's
It is official. P6 from 21st, I believe, to 6th. That's pretty good. I'm going to ease this thing back around the track to pit road and park it. No incidents. We haven't even scraped the wall. I'm really proud of that.